gentlemen, please welcome your hosts of the Future Game Show Spring Showcase, Jennifer English and Nolan North.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Future Game Show Spring Showcase. My name is Jennifer English, though you probably know me best as God's favourite princess and the most interesting girl in the world, aka Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. It's a pleasure to be here in this, how would you describe it?
Ominous
auditorium to get you all up to speed with the latest video game news, though, as you can see, I won't be braving this journey alone, as I'm joined by a man who needs no introduction.
Thank you, Jennifer, but alas, I'm going to subject you all to one anyway. Yes, it is I, Nolan North, the voice of Nathan Drake, Dr. Richtofen, and a bunch of other guys you've probably spent 30 or so hours with while sitting on your couch. If you haven't heard of me, it's because I recently took the substance, and now there's this British dude called Ben Starr who's running around taking all the jobs I used to get. He even hosted one of these shows, I think. Need to do something about that guy.
Murder.
But that's a problem for another time, because over the next 90 minutes, we are laser focused on introducing you to a new generation of great games.
You can expect plenty of gameplay trailers and a series of presentations from some of our industry's brightest developers. And there's also going to be some world premieres which will be revealed as we work through today's show. No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
Never. Speaking of which, we've got one to kick us off, and I'm not one to keep the good people waiting. This is the next project from People Can Fly, the team behind Gears of War and Bulletstorm. Let's get into it, shall we?
Let's.
Okay, now we're cooking. That was your first look at Lost Rift, which is coming to Steam Early Access later this year. But you can wishlist it right now and join the Lost Rift Discord for more information. Now, Jen, I feel like you'll have something to say about this next trailer.
Yes, this one is quite special to me. We've got a new trailer for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and it's all about the character I'm playing in the game, which is now on this giant screen behind me.
Wow.
I cannot wait for you all to hear how her story unfolds, but for now, here's an introduction to your new favourite character in video games ever, Maya.
Lumia's not my home. Not the way it is for you.
Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Please. I'm more ready to go than you are.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your gommage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here.
The dance begins. En garde. Precise strike. Like nothing happened.
Love to see it. That was a closer look at Jen's character, Mael, in Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation and Xbox on April the 24th, so not long to go now. I do hope you get a chance to check it out, and if you don't, I will crawl through this screen and fight you.
Okay, hard pivot away from the Belle Epoque now, as we've got the next game from the horror maestros behind the award-winning Stasis series. Here's a closer look at Animal Use Protocol.
With trepidation. This place wrong. This place not right.
You say that about every place.
With insistence. Wrong. Smell wrong. Smell bad.
Smells the same to
With
me.
urgency. Move. Now under. Hide.
Okay. If this
With
isn't
growing
going...
impatience. Be quiet.
You're sure this is the right way?
With indignation, pathfinding, very good. Better than smelly hate. Better than run, run, run. Paralyzed in terror. Smelly hate, run. Run, 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 run.
Animal Use Protocol is coming soon to PC, so stick it on your wish lists if you want to see more of this Tamagotchi rat companion.
Now, as we learned earlier this year, Capcom's cult classic samurai series Onimusha is making a major comeback.
And thankfully, for those of us who want to catch up, there's a remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny on the horizon.
Here's an inside look from the game's developers with a focus on Hell Mode, a brand new one-hit kill difficulty setting for the masochists among us.
The name says it's all, really. Hell is an extremely hard difficulty mode. All it takes is one hit from any enemy, and you'll die instantly. It's not for the faint of heart. I haven't been able to complete it myself yet. But some members of the staff have been able to pull it off. So I hope everyone tries it out to see if they can get through it. The original game was the first time I was in charge of the direction, so it has a special place in my heart, and this remaster brings a lot of tweaks. Apart from the fact that the graphics are now in high definition, we've also included quality of life improvements to make it more fun to play. So if you're new to the series, this is a great time to start, especially since the first game is available too. I'd love everyone to experience the world of Onimusha and explore every nook and cranny. So I look forward to your support.
Capcom's remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is coming to PC and consoles on May 23rd, later this year.
Don't miss it. Our next game is Nitrogen Omega, a turn-based tactical RPG, ooh, my favorite, where you control a mech full of mercenaries. Let's take a look.
A love letter to shonen anime, Nitrogen Omega is coming soon to PC. And now we've got another interesting game. It's the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
What, they're remaking Baldur's Gate 3 already?
I'm afraid not.
Final Fantasy 7?
They did that already.
Divinity Original Sin 2?
Now you're just naming games you're in. Actually, this is a metafictional puzzle game where you unravel the circumstances surrounding a lost JRPG from the 1990s.
I have literally no idea what you just said, but I am intrigued.
Hi, I'm Lucas Emmanuel.
And I'm Jacob Dominic.
And we're two members of CoinDrop Games, making the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time is a faithful recreation of the last hour of everyone's favorite RPG. You know, that one we all know.
You'll start this remake at 99% complete in the middle of the last dungeon, with an inventory just full of healing potions that you're just saving for the next boss.
You somehow aren't remembering the greatest RPG of all time? That's okay. This remake includes the original game's manual, director's commentary,
and the game's director had to translate this part of the game entirely by hand using a Japanese to English dictionary.
and even clips of an unreleased documentary.
I never loved anything that much, and the only way we're going to get that again is by staying exactly faithful to what that original game was.
If you didn't know what the greatest RPG of all time was, I suppose it would turn this into a deduction puzzle game where you'd have to use these bonus features, deductive reasoning, and a little bit of creative thinking to figure out how to complete the last hour of this epic RPG.
Be for real. Who hasn't heard of...
We're still hard at work on this recreation of this all-time classic, but we hope you'll relive a little bit of the magic when we launch the demo for the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time on April 25th, 2025.
The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time, yes, that is the title, lands on PC later this year with a demo launching on April the 25th. Now, I think we've got another world premiere up next.
Yes, we do. This one's an isometric survival game based on a comic by Kyle Starks.
I hate this place?
Well, you can leave whenever you like.
Okay, see ya. No, it's actually... Never mind, just roll the trailer.
I get it.
Yeah.
Those monsters only exist in your head, they said. Great material for your art. I actually believed them. Until that night. Feels like I've walked straight into one of my nightmares.
I Hate This Place is coming later this year, but in the meantime, put it on your wish list.
Now for an update on a puzzle platformer where you tangle with the strings of fate. Here's the release date trailer for Once Upon a Puppet.
Cute and creepy. That was Once Upon a Puppet, which is coming to PC and consoles on April 23rd.
Let's keep things moving with a trailer for a sequel 5 years in the making. Here's the latest transmission from Revenge of the Savage Planet.
The Shamalama's Ding Dong Academy presents the Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program, Extreme Routine. Speed it up, Shelly, to the extreme! The universally renowned Shamalama has a once-in-a-lifetime offer to accelerate your rise to be the galaxy's next top influencer. With our diaper protocol, your lane game gets insane clicks and subs, and you can go up train with a partner. The Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine has 4 power-packed programs guaranteed to launch your profile to the stars, including Crash Test Dummy. Death is no longer permanent, but remains incredibly painful and hilarious. Ding Dong! You're dead! Selfie Scout. Snag more subs, snapping stunning selfies in our proven primo locale. Sammy say cheese! Product Tester. Blow up your feed testing experimental Grob X on space creatures. You're a freaking animal! STV Cribs. Now you can pimp your crib on the show everybody in the universe binges. You're Ding-Dong! Complete all 4 tasks and you can keep that sweet chamois lock spacesuit. Guaranteed. Crash Test Dummy. Clock clicks with your chamois lock gold lame spacesuit. Bedazzle your likes with each side-splitting demise. Selfie Scout. Sammy say cheese! Product Tester. Reporting any burns, crashes, or mutations. STV Cribs. It looks like a bad motel! You ain't no shabby! Now you a Ding Dong! Speed it up, Shelly, to the extreme!
Well, that was interesting. Revenge of the Savage Planet is crash landing on PC and consoles in May. What's next, Nolan?
This is Ania, Life After Gods, an action platformer where you chart the ruins of an alien civilization.
The gods are dead, but we try to survive in their world.
Ania, Life After Gods is coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can check out the demo on Steam right now. In fact, you can find all the games from today's show on the Future Game Show Steam page. Just type Future Game Show Steam into your search engine. It's pretty easy. Anyway, Jen, you were telling me earlier about this next one, so please take it away.
So, Nolan, the best way I can describe this is that it's like Alien Isolation, with co-op and velociraptors.
Clever girl.
It's Death Ground. Okay, Deathground is coming to PC later this year, so make sure it's on your wish lists.
Okay, we're breaking things up with our next section, which is a future game show staple.
Every show, we pull focus onto 3 particular games that we consider, us 2 mainly, ones to watch in 2025.
And first up, we've got Kingmakers, the anachronistic siege simulator where you drive pickup trucks through cavalry fields in medieval England. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Okay. Anachronistic siege simulator. Congratulations, I think I've sprained my tongue.
Hello, I'm Ian Fish from Redemption Road Games, makers of Road Redemption and the upcoming Kingmakers. In Kingmakers, you travel back to the year 1401 to help the real-life Welsh rebel Owain Glendower conquer England. In reality, his Welsh rebellion was defeated and he mysteriously disappeared. So in 1401 England, you use modern weapons to help the outnumbered Welsh defeat English armies made up of thousands of soldiers. And everything in Kingmakers is real. The thousands of soldiers are all simulated. Furthermore, all buildings are fully navigable and fully destructible. Thousands of soldiers can navigate complex multi-story castles with the same level of pathfinding fidelity you'd expect from a modern first-person shooter. Originally, we thought Kingmakers was going to be a cool simulation of what it would be like to go back in time with modern weapons. Would you be able to defeat a medieval army with an AK-47? Then we realized that if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. Medieval battles involve thousands of soldiers, so we're going to simulate thousands of soldiers. And this isn't like Dynasty Warriors, where soldiers kind of spawn into existence as you approach them. In Kingmakers, they're always there, running their AI all the time. Furthermore, we realized that a game with this scope, the player would want to be able to command his armies and fortify his own outposts, so it kind of grew for there. It's now something completely unique. A shooter with real-time strategy elements that rival Age of Empires, and shooting gameplay that rivals Helldivers and Space Marine. Today we're excited to share a little bit more about the destruction aspect of the game. Every building, castle, wall, and tree in Kingmakers is fully destructible. You can blow it up with a grenade launcher, take it out with an airstrike, or maybe even demolish it with a tank. And none of the destruction is scripted either. It's all dynamic, courtesy of Unreal 4's fast physics calculations. It's one of the reasons we didn't switch to Unreal 5. We experimented with Unreal 5.1 and Unreal 5.3, but nothing has been as fast on the CPU side as Unreal 4 when it comes to physics. Finally, we're excited to share that you and up to 3 friends can lead their own armies alongside yours and join in on your conquest of England in online co-op. This is the full campaign, full online co-op, no compromises. This means 4 players fielding armies of thousands, building their own fortifications and buildings, and attacking enemy bases either on their own side of the map or alongside you. We really wanted to make sure that all 4 players feel just as responsive to play as if they were all playing a single player game or as if they were each playing as the host player, even if your ping is not great. Kingmakers is coming to PC Early Access and hopefully to all major consoles. We'll have more to share about the game later in 2025. In the meantime, please wishlist Kingmakers on Steam. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much to the team at Redemption Road for that closer look at Kingmakers, a game which isn't even out yet, but already has a live-action movie in the works.
I'm already on the phone with my agent to play the pickup truck, of course. Anyway, I think it's time for another world premiere, so grab your friends, your VR headsets, and your mobile phones for some reason. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon.
At Elsewhere Electric, we believe in power. The power to shape the future. Our state-of-the-art facility is the heart of that future, and we need you to keep it running. You and a capable partner, that is.
I'll open up the van. Get juiced up.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get in there. I see some symbols, a jellyfish, some squiggly pipes.
I think I've got it. Did that work?
Looks like it. 3, 2, 1, turn.
Ready!
Elsewhere Electric relies on teamwork, precision, problem solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may be challenging.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you! I can see you!
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
In the event of an incident-induced employee vacancy, a replacement installer will continue your work.
These sacrifices make Elsewhere Electric's important work possible. Because in our facility, power doesn't just keep the lights on, it keeps them from getting out.
Whoa! Ah!
Elsewhere Electric, a puzzle game powered by 2.
That was your first look at Elsewhere Electric, a cooperative puzzle game where players work together to explore an abandoned facility. Don't try that at home, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. It's coming to PC, VR, iOS and Android later this year.
All right, this next one's for all you impudent insects out there. If you haven't heard, the cult classic immersive sim System Shock 2 is getting a definitive remaster from Night Dive Studios.
And we just so happen to have the release date ready for you.
Your time is running out.
This place is a womb where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
Now don't you wish you joined us? Would you then feel so alone? I am Shodan.
You heard it here first, folks. The System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster launches on June 26th, 2025.
And speaking of good old games, you may have heard about the recently launched preservation program from our friends at GOG. It's a commitment from one of the industry's foremost digital storefronts to maintain and preserve classic video games for future generations.
A noble pursuit indeed. System Shock 2 is already part of the program alongside other golden oldies like Alpha Protocol and SWAT 4, both of which I was in, by the way. So, thanks guys.
For the Spring Showcase, we've partnered with GOG to reveal some more titles that are coming to the program. Who knows? Maybe one of your nostalgic favorites will pop up.
And I'll be in it.
Probably.
Sometimes it just takes a single sound, sentence,
hello, my friend,
or quick glimpse to awaken that emotion. A warm feeling that brings back all the memories of times when all the problems didn't matter. It was just you as a superhero, fighter, racer, knight, waiting to conquer the world. Games are part of you, us. They're a part of culture, part of what makes us human. Without preservation, all the emotions, creativity, stories, and innovations behind them risk being lost forever. How can we ensure everyone can play games today, tomorrow, and for years to come? Devs, share the source codes, artwork, and even collectibles that you own with museums so they don't get lost. Gamers, play these games and talk about them. Make them live forever. Vote and share your gaming stories on GOG Dreamlist to help bring more games to the GOG Preservation Program. Games within the program are maintained by us and guaranteed to always work on modern computers. We've already future-proofed more than 100 titles. Today, we are happy to say that the GOG Preservation Program is expanding with even more titles. You can play all of them right now on GOG.com. Let's take a look at the new arrivals.
Do us a favor and head over to GOG.com to peruse the expanded Preservation Program library. We've also collaborated on an FGS-themed sale, which you can find by heading to GOG.com/FGS. Okay, at this point, you're probably thinking, Nolan North, why are you on the balcony? Where's Jennifer? Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not so sure myself, but we're about to throw it out to a series of back-to-back trailers while I look for her. And way down. Jen? Jennifer? Anyone?
We all know why the walls around our capital exist. This world fell to the forces of darkness. Its light is replaced by shadows and the terrors that lurk within them. With our faith in the Divine One and the power he bestows on me, can we thrive in a corrupt world. Inquisitor, a word in private.
Welcome, everyone, and congratulations for being exactly where you want to be, here at Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. We got everything you need up here in the clouds. Buy a slice of paradise, cryptocurrency allowed. Vacations tailor-made, have a mealtime serenade. Upgrade to the Ultra Suede, you wanna do it right. Party on the promenade, every day is a parade. Stay up for the masquerade, the party goes all night.
Destination.
I accept your adulation.
Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel.
At Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. Yeah.
Dr. Svetlov, let's take this lunatic down for messing with the sovereignty.
Let's make it quick. We're on the clock here.
That's handy. Getting this fixed up.
They're coming.
Never seen anything like this before. Svetlov's planning something big. If we're lucky, he'll show himself. Svetlov's called hideout. Any idea how many people he's got with him? Stay sharp. Svetlov could be anywhere.
thank God I made it.
Uncle Nolan, where have you been?
It's okay. I'm sorry. That just took so long. It's really way up there. It's not a camera trick. If they ask you to go up there, do not do it. Okay, what's next?
While Uncle Nolan recovers, let's take a look at Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, except with pigeon poop bombing runs. Yes, you did hear that correctly. And backyard brawls.
She said poop.
Are you okay?
I can't breathe.
Okay.
Reaffirm your property boundaries in Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is launching in early access on April 17th.
We've got a developer presentation for Hawthorne up next. This is a sandbox RPG where you build a whimsical community of woodland creatures. Very, very cottagecore gay. I'm in.
Adorable.
Hawthorne is a sandbox RPG realm of anthropomorphic animals and fairy tale creatures. Play solo or co-op as you recruit villagers and build a village of memorable NPCs. Defend against the elements and against forest tricksters. Celebrate the season's traditions. Farm, craft, and explore an ever-changing world bigger than the small creature you play. Bringing this nostalgic world to life has been a long-term dream for us, and we're thrilled to be doing it alongside our players.
Hawthorne will leverage our experience making some of the world's most beloved RPGs to establish a new genre that blends the emergent fun of sandbox games with a charming simulation of village life. It's a fantasy home you can keep returning to.
The different playable species have asymmetrical abilities and limitations. You, your friends, and your NPC followers must work together to complete jobs around the village. Differentiated species, together with our procedural storytelling, combine to make each player's story in Hawthorne a unique and enjoyable experience.
We're a small team of experienced developers bringing Hawthorne to life as a true passion project. This game is currently self-funded to keep creativity at its heart. And now, with our incredible community, we have the chance to build something unique and memorable. Join us on this adventure. Follow and support our Kickstarter to help us bring the nostalgic joy that is Hawthorne to the world.
A Kickstarter campaign for Hawthorne is coming soon, so keep an eye on the developers' socials for more information.
All right, for the future games show historians out there, this next game appeared at the very end of last year's spring showcase as our one more thing.
You know, Jen, while we're on the topic of history, back in my day when Emily and I hosted the first future game show, it was all remote. None of this real in-person stuff. I mean, you kids don't know how good you're getting it.
Back in your day. Yeah, when did Uncharted come out again?
They tell me 2007.
Yeah, definitely still in school.
Yeah, at least you were born. Okay, let's just watch this new trailer for Industria 2.
Grab my hand. Thanks. Marlene, I need to find a way home.
I'm just as stranded as you.
God damn it.
But there is a sender at headquarters. I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece.
Deal.
Nora, what was Atlas made for in the first place? Before it became this?
It was a sorting algorithm meant to scrape the universe base layer for data. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dimensions.
I guess it didn't stay that way.
Defy an insatiable artificial intelligence in Industria 2, which is coming soon to PC.
Another world premiere now, and this one has a little historical kick to it.
As well as some zombies, because why not? Romestead is a survival game where you rebuild the empire after the fall of Rome. It's coming soon, but you can sign up for the closed alpha at romestead.com.
All right, ready up for our second Ones to Watch. This time, we're checking in with Compulsion Games' Deep South action adventure, South of Midnight.
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games.
Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games.
Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South.
So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother gets swept away in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have like their own issues that she helps them solve.
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
Up here. You find your mama yet?
Today, we're excited to talk a bit more about the creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish. who you meet, pretty early on in the game, and he's a pretty important character.
A talking fish. Nope. Ain't no way.
Catfish is voiced by a man named Walter. So we really looked for people who were from the South, who would have kind of that southern background and authenticity. And he's a great guy. He's 70 years old, plays fiddle, really cool. He was really excited about the project. I think this is one of his first voice acting jobs, if I remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
So after you meet Catfish, you are set to heal Benji, and he lives in this remote Cajun community that has been abandoned for many years. And as you explore that region, you understand kind of why it's been abandoned, what happened to Benji, why he became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric, off-the-grid character that you meet early on. You kind of get to know what their relationship is and what happened there.
You're welcome to try bottling up the pain, but the roots of this trouble go deep.
We have an awesome audio director, Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special song for each of our main creatures you meet in the region, and that song tells a story, and you learn about the characters and the backstory through that song.
Benji, his name, he saw things different. He was my shame, and I said goodbye. I said farewell. I took my hammer, my ticket to hell.
So the music is kind of done in parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story. And then when you unlock most of the context, you'll have a final, either a boss fight or an encounter with the creature. And during that final encounter, like with Benji, when you're climbing the tree, you'll hear the full song.
Was my brother, Benji, his name. He saw things different. He was my shame.
South of Midnight launches on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and it's also going to be day 1 on Game Pass on April 8th. And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wishlist, really get the word out there.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show.
South of Midnight is coming to PC and Xbox on the 8th of April and will be on Xbox Game Pass from day 1. Shout out to Compulsion Games for giving us a window into that world. Better yet, you can see more from South of Midnight in our FGS Live from GDC post show, which directly follows this broadcast, so stick around.
Okay, now we're venturing into the haunted landscapes of Pioneer next. It's a stalker-like MMO first-person shooter set in a dark, alternate reality.
Invaders flee. We will create a new world on the ruins of the old one as the great raven bestowed.
We have wanted it to end this way. We offer our sincere condolences and hope you will die with that understanding.
I don't want to spoil it for you. All you need to know is that we're going to have an incredibly fun time together.
Was a mistake, and will continue to monitor you and your progress. Your actions are rapidly changing the course of events, and the general vector of changes is close to our worldview.
But here everything is strange.
Our informant is weird. Our enemies are weird. The same goes for you, too.
That was gameplay for the incredible-looking Pioneer, which is coming to PC in 2025. What have we got next, Jennifer?
Well, we're taking a trip to 19th century Brazil to check out a cel-shaded roguelike called Hell Clock.
Set your alarms because Hell Clock is coming soon to PC. There's also a demo available on Steam, so go check it out after the show.
Let's push things forward with a completely different game, one that asks you to be the MVP in PvP vehicular combat. Nolan, did I say that right?
I have no idea.
Anyway, here's Rivals Hover League. Rivals Hover League is coming soon, but you can check out the alpha test on Steam. Time for something scary, I think. Nolan?
Yes, indeed. Let me introduce you all to Finding Frankie, a haunted parkour game show starring a cavalcade of creepy animatronics. Here's the latest from the game's developers.
Welcome back, lucky contestant. Let's get you up to speed on what's been going on. 4 lucky people from around the world have been brought here to the world's largest indoor trampoline, water, and parkour park. Quick update for you, lucky contestant. The other contestants have mysteriously died. Not sure how that happened, but oh well. You're still left. Over 3 stories of action-packed parkour obstacle courses. Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premise of Frankie's Parkour Palace. This is going to be a game show you won't ever forget.
The only reason the ones above decided to keep you around is because you're boosting the ratings. Our viewers are entertained. We aren't going bankrupt, and this isn't our last game show.
Watch your step when Finding Frankie comes to consoles on April 15th.
Moving swiftly away from that terrifying image, we've got a special update from Tale Worlds Entertainment about their beloved medieval warfare simulator, Mount and Blade 2, Bannerlord. What a brilliant surprise. Mount and Blade 2 is getting naval warfare, a new faction, and so much more with the War Sails expansion, which is coming soon to PC and consoles.
And sticking with the seafaring theme, here's the latest on an Unreal Engine 5 sailing adventure inspired by Firewatch. This is Will Follow the Light.
All I can see, zeros and ones. I'm running out of time. Running out of. I see the ghost feeding on mostly its old friendly foes. I see it go, creeping so slowly. I see the ghost.
I will find you, wherever you are.
I see it go, creeping so slowly. I see the
Father?
Will Follow the Light is coming in 2025 to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. What have you got for us next, Nolan North?
Well, how about a post-Ragnarok survival game? Okay, here's the developers of Cloudheim, Noodlecat Games, to give us the inside scoop.
Hi, I'm Billy Quick from Noodlecat Games, and today we'll be exploring some of the combat in Cloudheim, our upcoming game blending crafting with physics-based combat. This is a Greeble, an aggressive little furball with a lot of teeth. You could hit him with a sword, but instead, let's kick him off this cliff. Greebles aren't the only threat out here, though. You'll also fight against heavily armored enemies like armadillos who roll recklessly through your allies. You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down. Corvins, however, keep their distance with ranged magic blasts. You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage. Our combat system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies. The longer you can keep enemies airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit the ground. Combine abilities and set up combos to maximize damage. Here, our character is placing down mushrooms and jump pads, bouncing enemies high into the sky. With the right combos, the battlefield will feel like a pinball machine. Play solo, or team up with friends in co-op for coordinated combo attacks. While you explore the islands in Cloudheim, you'll come across mysterious portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and rare loot for crafting. You'll grow in Cloudheim by mastering weapons to gain abilities along 4 class pathways, each excelling in a different style of combat. Spellblades supplement their attacks with elemental magic. Outlanders break armor to create weaknesses. Treasure hunters focus on speed to exploit weaknesses. And sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage. Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style. You can freely switch your class just by changing your weapons, allowing you to focus on your favorite or make hybrid builds. Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem. Our team has had so much fun coming up with unique abilities and wild combos, and we're excited to see what chaos you can create. Now here's Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist Cloudheim. Thanks, Nasher. In case you didn't get that, Cloudheim releases this year. Wishlist it now.
Bring harmony to the realm when Cloudheim lands on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025. And be sure to sign up to the closed beta if you want to check it out ahead of launch.
Okay. We've got another round of back-to-back trailers up next, so keep your wits and blades always sharp. No, wait, not in Faerun. Keep your wits and your wish lists primed. We'll be back shortly. No then, I've got to get up to that balcony in a bit. How did you actually get down from there?
Well, you know, they didn't just hire me for Uncharted on my looks.
Oh, so did you Nathan Drake your way down?
No, I just cried really loudly and the crew came and got me.
Classic.
Welcome to Section 13, a top-down roguelike shooter where an interdimensional outbreak is just another day at the office. Operating from the shadows, S2P is a globe-spanning paranormal research organization. Their mission? Capture and study things that go bump in the night. And Section 13 is where they keep the worst. Until now. With the best of the best unavailable, it's up to a team of disposable rank-and-file nobodies to get the job done. That's you. Meet Agent Red.
No, please! Don't eat my... All right, Red. Your time to shine.
She's new to the field, but don't let that fool you. She's packing cutting-edge mad science weaponry. She's one of 4 agents available to choose from. Whether you're going in alone or bringing some help. Now, listen carefully. Whatever they were up to in that base, they weren't doing it on the books. There's something big down there. And it wants out. It's up to you to plunge into the unknown. Find the answers. Fight for the truth. And bring some light to the dark. Section 13. Clock in.
Welcome, bandits from all over the world. We are Bandit Trap, a home security company, and our new line of home defense products needs to be tested. So we're calling on you to do the job. Your objective, try to loot all 10 treasures scattered in our prepared houses and escape from the robotic hands of our trapper. This little fella packs all the skills to achieve our ultimate goal. Defend homes and their treasures against bandits from all over the world.
These rings store thousands of citizen cores. Future inhabitants of Eden. You have to reach the top chamber and break the last remaining seal. Dropped straight into a hostile zone. This is exactly what hyper units were made for. Unleash your hyper power. Rip their cores out. You know you want to.
In the name of duty, courage, and truth, I will protect the citizens.
We are standing on the edge looking towards the unknown. See you on the other side.
fellow Cybermyth combatants. Neon Abyss 2 is a side-scrolling action roguelike game with a cyber-mythological theme. The sequel stays faithful to what the fans love about the first game, using the original infinite item stacking feature and chaotic combat, while introducing new mechanics, new content, and refinement to create an exhilarating experience. Finally, you can get hands-on with Neon Abyss 2 yourself with our single-player open playtest, which is available right now. Don't forget to wishlist now.
Hey, welcome back. Let's get back into the swing of things with a world premiere. I hope you like lonely robots.
I love them.
There was no guide for what we had to do, no manual for leaving a world behind. But even we knew we couldn't take everything with us. I left behind my greatest creation, a guardian, a caretaker. Its hands shaped to nurture, its heart programmed to protect. It works tirelessly now, crafting vessels from the bones of a broken world, sending sparks of life into the void.
Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? And all they know, it's the end of the world. It ended when you said
The Last Caretaker is a survival game where you bring humanity back from the brink of extinction.
No pressure, I guess. It's coming soon to PC.
Now let's move on and introduce you all to Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. It's a side-scrolling survival game set in a Texas city devastated by a zombie outbreak, plus an economic crisis and a scorching heat wave for good measure.
Now, stinky zombies I can handle, but hot weather, I'm British. Absolutely not.
Rapture, swallow me down. Blinded at the pie, standing in the fire till the dreams went dead in the whites of their eyes. Nothing's growing where they fell. I think I'd rather know hell.
Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days launches into early access on April 9th, which is just mere weeks away, people.
Get excited, but please try to enjoy each game equally.
Well, if you're looking for something a little more cheery, then we've got you covered too. Locoto is a cozy conductor simulator where you fix rusty trains and make hot cocoa for your furry friends.
I'm sold.
Me too.
Great.
Welcome to the world of Locoto, where your story begins with a simple, rusty train which will become your new home. You'll take the role as train conductor, keeping your train in tip-top shape. Learn how to drive it and embark on a journey to help your hometown Barenpire solve its environmental struggles. Traverse and explore various stations and bring aboard quirky locals along the way. Pick a route and drive them to their destination, and while traveling, you can of course service them to make sure they enjoy the ride. Scour the world for resources and craft unique sets of furniture to furnish your train with. Customize the exterior and interior of your train to make it feel like your own. There are many things to explore and discover in the world of Locoto, so immerse yourself in this cozy experience when Locoto arrives on the 8th of April 2025 on Steam and on Nintendo Switch later this year.
Please mind the gap, because Locoto is pulling into a station near you on April the 8th. That was a real palate cleanser, so time for something gritty now, I think.
Precisely. Here's Karma, The Dark World, an alt-history thriller where you dive into the brains of your suspects as an agent of the Thought Bureau. All right?
I don't want... Tell me, do you think a glimpse of a memory is the absolute truth? You don't get to choose to see the events that led up to these memories, or what transpired after. Perhaps even just once given it some serious thought.
Mother?
Just what kind of memories
Mother?
make us the people
Rachel!
today?
I'm going to tear you apart.
Unravel the truth in Karma: The Dark World, which lands on PC and PS5 on March the 27th, which is exactly 1 week from now. Now, we all know you like watching trailers for games, but what about actually playing them too? Sound fun? Good. Because this next section focuses on indies with demos available on Steam, so you can check them all out right after the show.
Welcome to Eclipsium, a psychological horror adventure that has you exploring a crunchy, twisted dreamscape.
Next up, we've got White Knuckle, a speed climbing game where you scale the guts of a sinister substructure.
How about Weenie Wise, a cooperative puzzle platformer starring magical school students?
Or Paper Sky, where you chart cell-shaded landscapes as a makeshift paper plane.
If you'd rather be a chaos gremlin, give Mother Machine a try. It's an action platformer where you chart quirky cave systems.
My girlfriend calls me a chaos gremlin. And finally, this is Artist Impact, a story-rich, turn-based RPG that blends pixel art with hand-drawn comic aesthetics. That was our ones to play montage, and the best way you can try those games out for yourself is by heading to our Future Game Show Steam page. Just search Future Game Show on Steam to get more info on the games we've covered today, and maybe wishlist some of your favorites.
I know we harp on about wishlisting a lot, but it is an important visibility signal for games in development, and every little bit helps.
Indeed. We're switching back into trailer mode now with another world premiere. This one's an exciting adaptation of a popular board game.
That's right, Frosthaven, the board game, is now Frosthaven, the video game, and it's coming to PC in 2025.
This next game fulfills a lifelong dream of mine, to be a sheep wielding a great sword in a world run by wolves. Let's dig into the delightfully edgy revenge story of Stand Alone. Stand Alone is coming to Steam in summer 2025.
Sweet. Okay, let's keep it rolling with the latest trailer from Mecca Break, a lightning-fast armored brawler. Mecca Break is boosting its way into your rotation later this year. How are we looking, Jennifer?
Well, we're most of the way through the show now, Nolan North. But there's still a bunch of exciting games in the pipeline. Here's a double feature from our friends at Playdigious.
Fretless, The Wrath of Rifson, and Crown Gambit are both coming to PC in 2025.
All right, Nolan North. I think it's safe to say we've covered a ton of games today. But what's one more world premiere between friends?
Oh, well, I'm not complaining. Let's check it out. Rave, Kingdom on the Distant Shores is a city builder set in a fox-filled fantasy land, which is coming in 2026.
We've got something slightly less adorable for up next, but for good reason. Our final ones to watch deep dive tackles the next spine-chilling game from Tarsier Studios, the minds behind Little Nightmares.
Prepare yourself, because it's time for a closer look at the claustrophobic world of Reanimal.
Reanimal is a co-op horror adventure where you play two siblings and you're looking for your three friends.
These kids grew up in a lovely place, but due to reasons that become more apparent as you play the game, that lovely place has turned really quite nasty. And so your job as these two players is to go and rescue your other friends and try and escape this nasty place. The island itself, due to this inciting incident, has been fractured, and so it's in three large parts and a bunch of smaller bits. Each of your friends can be found in one of these big parts. It's a very simple tale of find yourself in hell, go through a really scary place, survive and rescue your friend, you know. It's a tale as old as time.
Like, we really love seeing people go with that and just go the extra mile and find all those secrets and all these things and put it all together and come up with their theory, right? So I feel like if we give away too much up front, everybody loses.
We definitely give players more this time round than in previous games, but still it's nice to keep a little bit back so you can kind of meet in the middle and see what people make of what you've given them and all that.
It's definitely a co-op game. You're together solving various like little, maybe puzzles is almost too much of a word there, but you're overcoming different obstacles in the world and survive various things we pitch against you together, right? So it's about the two players finding ways to survive and rescuing their friends, really, like we said before.
Because I'm a big couch fan. Couch co-op is where it's at for me. But then a load of people love online. And then there's people who just want to do that together. So the fact that the tech team have managed to get all 3 boxes checked that front, I think, is really, really nice.
And what was also very, very important to us is that it's all kind of the same experience, because this camera is always the same, right? We don't have split screen. In online co-op, you don't follow your character and the other one is doing whatever. It's always being together as the 2 characters. And yeah, like Mer said from the beginning, like scared together. That was one of the pillars, and I feel like this camera is kind of essential to pulling that off.
People have played our previous games together anyway, whether they was co-op or not. That made that decision feel quite a natural one. That like, people want this, and let's do it. It's gonna be fun,
Whenever we put something in the game, we are trying to make sure it doesn't get boring. It's something new. One thing we're really trying not to do is to give you the same thing over and over and over and just work based on a recipe. But instead, we're really questioning ourselves, is this unique within the game, right? I'm not saying unique across all games, but trying to give the player something fresh within the experience that we're crafting, and then hopefully that leads to something that people actually enjoy.
Hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes look at Reanimal. Wishes us, and more info is coming soon.
Reanimal is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so get that thing on your wish list. Now, what have we got next for the good people, Jennifer?
Okay, Nolan. So it's no secret here that at the Future Games Show, we're huge fans of Remedy Entertainment and their eerie, curiously entangled universe of games such as Control and Alan Wake.
And last year, the studio revealed a spin-off to Control called FBC Firebreak, a session-based co-op shooter where you tackle anomaly-busting jobs in the non-Euclidean confines of the oldest house.
If you've been anticipating this one, so have we. And good news, we're delighted to share the first gameplay trailer for FBC Firebreak, which will give you a taste of what to expect when the game launches later this year. Let's take a look.
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector. If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning. This crisis ain't over. Now get through the containment door to the next zone. Safe room dead ahead. Might contain something useful, but it'll probably attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened it. Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you.
Stand back! Piggy's coming out!
Oh, Paper! You gotta shoot him off me! Last containment door's open. Go, go!
I think I heard something.
All right, crew. Time to clean house.
That was FBC Firebreak, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in summer 2025. Now, you can find even more exclusive info on FBC Firebreak by heading to GamesRadar.com after the show. And I hate to say it, Jennifer, but is it time for our final trailer?
No, then I think it might be. But thankfully, our buddies at Bloober Team are sending us off with a developer diary for Kranos, The New Dawn, a survival horror game where you scour the future for remnants of the past, just like my therapy sessions.
Kranos, it's a sci-fi survival horror, and in a way, a dream come true for us to make. The world of Kranos, it's like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we called The Change.
In Kranos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive encounters with monsters.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from humanity. To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. We can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
So stay tuned.
Kranos, The New Dawn is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox later this year. But you can see more of it during our official post-show, FGS Live from GDC, which airs directly after the Spring Show.
That's right. For more exclusive info on Bloober Team's new game, you just need to stay tuned to the platform you're watching right now.
Yeah, now Jennifer, despite what you said about that being the final trailer, the teleprompter,
Auto key.
same thing, is still rolling for some reason.
Ah, yeah, I see. That must have been the tadpole talking.
The what now?
There's not enough time to unpack that. But it does mean we have one more thing.
Oh.
No time to dally, though. Prepare for pain.
What?
Yes.
Bam! Saber Interactive is bringing Painkiller back from the dead, and the remake is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. But with that, we really are out of time. The show is officially over. Jennifer English, it's been so much fun.
Nolan North, I think we smashed it.
Yes.
That was a lot to get through, but we hope you've all had fun watching this year's Spring Showcase. Thank you so much for joining us, but you should absolutely stick around as FGS Live from GDC starts immediately after this, with more deep dives, trailers, and exclusive world premieres. Don't miss it.
And before we head out, we'd also like to extend an enormous stream of thank yous to the people behind the scenes who made this broadcast possible, including the developers that poured their time and hearts into making the trailers we aired today. Show them some love by wishlisting and following their games.
Don't forget you can head to the Future Games Show Steam page to see everything we've covered and follow up on your favourite projects. There'll also be videos and articles with extra details landing on GamesRadar.com and FGS YouTube channel right after the show.
I'm Jennifer English.
And I'm Nolan North.
And this has been the Future Game Show Spring Showcase 2025. Smashed it.
way to start the show. That was Abyssus. Now, if you're sitting there thinking who the hell these fresh-faced youngsters are, well, I'm Jules Gill.
I'm Nathan Byrne, and this is FGS live from GDC in San Francisco.
Now, we're going to be showcasing you some brand new games that you need to know more about, from upcoming trailers to developer deep dive interviews and even a few world premieres that we're going to sprinkle on the top.
Ooh, from Atom Falls, south of midnight, baby steps, you have got a grand old time ahead. And speaking of time, first up is a deeper dive into a game you just saw in the main showcase. This is Kranos, The New Dawn.
My name is Jacek Ziemba. I'm co-directing Kranos, The New Dawn with my friend Wojciech.
And yeah, my name is Wojciech, and I have a pleasure to work with Jacek and co-direct Kranos.
And Kranos, it's sci-fi survival horror, and in a way, a dream come true for us to make.
It will be The Thing, Carpenter's movie. Yeah, we are also inspired by Dark, Netflix TV series.
About time travel. We cannot forget about Dead Space. That also were somewhere there because we have also the protagonists and other maybe similar things.
Yeah, when we think about movies, it will be of course 12 Monkeys, you know, like the convict being sent in time, maybe we ring a bell. But also Dark Souls series. We also love to, you know, push our game into a little bit more challenging direction. Yeah. In Kranos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive the environment in our future setting, in our game. The only ones that can travel to the past and keep up or like survive encounters with monsters.
This is not a typical soldier, this is like a diver in time. So that's why we came up with this design that we really love.
The world of Kranos, it's like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we called The Change. We push action like more to the future, and when we play as a traveler, when we try to find in this destroyed world reminiscence of, you know, of the people, but what's the most important, like the time rifts that can bring us to the past.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from humanity. The orphans can, you know, like take different forms, so you will encounter different enemies with different, like, let's say, skill sets, different abilities.
The important ingredient is body horror here, and we chose it to create maybe a little bit as an homage also to The Thing and overall genre of body horror. But what was important for us that, okay, they need to be created only from human flesh.
Cool. We also have some questions from our community.
So, question 1. Yes, there will be ladders. We love them.
Yes, and you saw one at the end of the trailer.
Maybe.
Don't want to spoil everything. Yes, you can punch monsters
in the face.
If they stomp them.
If they have a face.
Kinda. Yeah, fire, but fire is important in our game.
It's not Mari Curie-Skłodowska, but definitely for our CGI character, Mari Curie-Skłodowska can be a role model.
Yes, there is, but it doesn't work like in a Dead Space. We've got like our own take on combat. To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. And yeah, we can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
So stay tuned.
Well, that was utterly terrifying. I tell you what, Nathan, I'm gonna need a cup of tea to calm down, and it's not even 3 p.m. yet.
No, forget the tea. I have the perfect game to calm your nerves, and it just so happens to be our first world exclusive. That was High Above, an utterly charming rooftop building game all about finding peace above the skyline. You can wishlist it right now because it's coming to Steam in 2025.
Indeed it is, but do not drift away from me just yet, Nathan, unless you are planning to add Burning Rubber to that list as well, because that is exactly what we're doing with our next game, Japanese Driftmaster, which has enough pluming smoke that will make you reach for the asthma inhaler. Exciting stuff indeed. That was Japanese Driftmaster that is hitting the grid on the 21st of May, and you can add it to your Steam wishlist right now.
Now here at FGS, we're always thinking about new ways to play, and how do you spice up an old favourite like Among Us? Well, how about with Voice Mod, an app that lets you change your voice at the click of a button.
Indeed, indeed, and you are now about to witness the utter carnage when the FGS team got together to play Among Us, but everyone's voice was running through the Voice Mod app. Oof.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
This is going to be great. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, I just want to say this now. I am working as a crewmate to pay for my mother's hip surgery.
That's weird though, because I'm working as a crewmate to help pay for your mother's hip surgery too.
Well, that is good. Well, she does need both hips replaced.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm working as a crewmate to pay for my own hip surgery.
I have a side hustle where I take money from people, earning enough to pay for hip surgery.
Hey guys, is anybody else working late? Because I am. Do you know why? I'm working late because I'm a singer.
He really has got bad.
7 to 14.
Gone surprisingly quiet. I've had a body.
Oh no, who's dead?
We should have known that auto-tune was out because it stopped being just like the greatest hit.
Let's face it, we do all owe the traitor, props for killing auto-tune because that was getting a little excessive. So, let's see.
It's hard to tell if Walkie was walking somewhere, or if Walkie was following me with murderous intent. But I was being followed for a bit by Walkie.
Me and Streamer G were hanging out for a while. We were safe, and so I'm cool with Streamer G. I think right now I'm looking at Space Marine, who was showing out the numbers. They're playing 4D chess. Do you know what I mean? They're not just killing people; they're also trying to mess us up.
I was not with Walkie. I don't know what Walkie's talking about. I have not been hanging around with Walkie. So that was a lie. That was a massive lie. Saying that we were. Yeah.
Well, maybe it was Tiffany then. I don't know. Well, you just look the same.
What? No, so I can prove that I'm not the lost all.
Also, a bit of a sexist pig over here, Walkie, or just because we've both got blonde hair.
Yeah, just because we both got feminine hair.
Right, let's
So who's casting the first stone? Streamer G. Have you voted?
I've voted. Everybody vote. Space Marine, lock it in.
Oh no! Why do you make yourself so suspicious?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, I've got to swipe my admin card as well.
Yeah, I've got to go. Oh, that's that back in. That's that back. Well, you know where I was in that room? Space Marine.
Okay.
Oh, what a shame.
I told you.
Matt, we're giving Matt so many
My mother's
hips.
hips.
It's not even funny.
Nobody listens.
My mother's hips.
Jules is too good at this.
Promise me that you'll look after my mother's hips.
Oh, I will.
Don't you worry about that.
Oh no.
And if you'd like access to the secret weapon of a whole host of new voices, then you should download the Voice Mod app now. You can even curate your own sound effects board.
Oh, yes, you can, my friend. And of course, mine is fully filled up with fart noises. And yes, I am pushing nearly 40. But anyway, let's move on. Because what day is it today, Nathan?
Thursday.
Well, yes, but...
Oh, God, it's my mum's birthday!
Oh, I wasn't expecting that either. It's also World Frog Day. So
yes,
let's talk about
my mum's birthday.
So let's talk about this absolutely brilliant frog management simulator known as Mudborn, which is not only cute as a button, but also supports wetland and wildlife charities, and as a final bonus, is out today!
Mum, hi, yeah, happy National World Frog Day. I mean, birthday.
Good save, good save.
Okay, bye, Mum. Bye. Mwah, mwah. Love you. Bye.
Did you get it sorted?
Yeah, I just gifted her a copy of Mudborn on Steam.
Oh, smart. Very smart indeed. Now, next up is a game all about clones, about working with yourself and sometimes the difficulties that arise when your other self is an absolute bloody nuisance.
This is a deep dive into the altars.
The Altars is a unique blend of survival, adventure, and storytelling gameplay. Finding the right balance was one of our top priorities while developing the game. We wanted the gameplay to push the story forward, but also make the narrative play a significant role in the final outcome.
Long story short, I needed to multiply myself to survive.
The Altars starts as a typical survival game, yet you quickly realize there is more to it. You need to create the altars for their skills, which will be essential to survival. At the same time, this means bringing new characters to the story and making the gameplay more complex. The same goes for base building. What starts as a simple task of operating a functional base turns into a series of hard choices. You are tasked not only with tackling ongoing problems and pushing the mission forward. Your altar's individual needs will also need to be taken care of. Finding the right balance will be crucial for success. Want to know more? Check out the next episode of The Altars Expedition Logs.
That was The Altars, the first, in fact, of a deep dive series that the developers are doing. So make sure you check out their social medias to stay up to date on this rather fascinating looking game.
Now, recently I was lucky enough to have a chat with Dimitri Logothetis, the producer and director of the upcoming Kickboxer Armageddon, because plans are afoot to turn the classic 80s franchise into a video game that will make you go Jean-Claude Van Damme! This is cool.
Well, Kickboxer, the movie franchise, is an iconic franchise that was started in 1989, starred Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm told that we're going to come out with a brawler game, right? Where you're going to fight a bunch of different opponents coming at you until you get to the boss. And then you're going to be able to interact and play against each other and fight against each other. And so we've been talking about it for many, many years. And so we got together with this team called Force Multiplier. They just released their new game Carnivorous about 3 or 4 weeks ago, which is an island off of Fortnite. People are really addicted to it. And I think that's their goal, is to get the same kind of addiction going for Kickboxer, the video game. So there's going to be a lot of characters that are going to be available for you to play. I think I brought in to the movies roughly 20 UFC world champions, including Mike Tyson, who was obviously a legend and a boxing world champion. We starred Dave Bautista as Tong Po in our remake, and now he's become a big movie star. There's a mine of gold when it comes to games, and certainly with martial arts. I think the most recent one, again, I think is Sifu. I think that Sifu game came out of nowhere. You know, Mortal Kombat, the part of Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat was based on Jean-Claude Van Damme. And so Mortal Kombat is a martial arts phenomenon.
I'll be a kickboxer, you a street fighter.
There's all kinds of stuff that you're going to be able to see all over the background. You know, there's a wonderful dance sequence that Jean-Claude has made in the movie, and somehow or other we're going to have to incorporate that. Perhaps when you win, you do a little bit of that dance sequence. I don't know. So the name of the game is Kickboxer. It's going to be released on Steam, probably in February of 2026.
I'm okay.
You know, I think I could take Jean-Claude Van Damme. I do. I really do.
Wait, what? What are you saying, mate? First off, who even says take him anymore? And secondly, you couldn't even fight your way into this next link.
Well, no, I think... Wait, if I...
Yeah, exactly my point here. So while Nathan grapples with basic sentence structure, let's take a look at our next game, which is doing battle in a different plane of existence, the world of business. This is Rise of Industry 2.
I'll kick your boxing.
No, you won't.
That was Rise of Industry 2, which has a demo out right now that you can try ahead of its full-fat release later in 2025.
Indeed you can, and now we move on to a title that is the holy trinity of gaming for us here at FGS Live From, because it's dripping in nostalgia, it's containing a central unnerving mystery, and it's a world-exclusive premiere. Let's take a look.
That was Land Party Adventures, and it's set to drop sometime later this year. Ah, Jules, those were the days, gaming with your buddies and then saving them from unknown horrors. I do miss it.
Yes, indeed. And let's keep that cheery tone going with our next video game, which has a central mechanic that is so utterly brilliant that it needs to be seen to be believed. This is a deep dive chat with the creators of Ruffy and the Riverside.
My name is Patrick. I'm the art director at Socrates Labs, and we are making Ruffy and the Riverside. It is a platforming adventure. The game is hand-drawn, and it does have a very unique gameplay because you can copy and paste textures. So you grab, let's say, ice and throw it somewhere else onto an ocean, and then it freezes. So the world can be changed, and depending on your ideas, you can make it through the game in your way. The first thing, of course, we looked at was Paper Mario, and there's this whole library from the N64 like Banjo and Kazooie, but also PlayStation with Crash Bandicoot. We didn't want to copy it, but we love it. We love this game. It's a classic hero journey. Ruffy is setting off to save his hometown, and he has to bring back 6 golden letters. And Ruffy has to return the town sign, because the town sign, it looks like a Hollywood sign, that has been destroyed. So Ruffy has to repair the city sign in order to bring back freedom to the whole world. Keep your eyes open, because many things can be copied and pasted. I mean, we have some apples in the game, and of course blue apples are not very yummy, but if you turn them red, then they give you coins. Yeah, it's a game about your imagination, your creativity, but it's also a lot of fun. So if you love Banjo and Kazooie, and if you love Zelda Ocarina of Time and Mario Odyssey, then you will love it too. This is Ruffy and the Riverside. It will come in June this year for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and on Epic Store.
And you can chop and swap until you drop when Ruffy and the Riverside lands in June this year. And if you can't wait for the full fat release, then there is a demo out for this game right now.
Oh, now Jules, I want you to take all that cutesy, lovable charm and crush it into dust. Because now we're taking a sharp right turn into sci-fi with a game that puts you on the edge of human extinction. This is Steel Seed, and we might just have a trailer now.
Why? Why do you do it? Get up. Do you really think you're fighting for something? Something more than just survival. Can you even name it? Do you truly know? Is it freedom? Truth? A father's love? You would throw away your future. Our future. For them. You must be able to see. You must know by now. You can't win. Fighting is meaningless. So why? Why do you persist? You come with weapon in hand and anger in your heart. How can you not see it? You will never be like them.
I am one of them!
and you can explore this dark sci-fi fantasy when Steel Seed drops on April 10th.
Now, the next game that we're about to talk about is a little strange, and by that I mean a lot strange, and that's because the words I'm about to use to describe it kinda don't make sense coming out of my mouth, and that's because Fear FA 98 is a combination of FIFA 98 specifically and Silent Hill. Let's take a look.
Hey, get out of here!
Peggy 18.
Corpse all hanging headless and limp, bodies with no surprises. The blood drains down like the devil's rain. We'll bathe tonight. I want your skulls. I need your skulls. I want your skulls. I need your skulls. Demon I am in face I peer. See your skin turned inside out. Cause I've gotta have you on my wall. Gotta have you on my wall. Cause I want your skulls. I need your skulls. I want your skulls. I need your skulls. Whoa, whoa. Collect the hell out of the stars and put them on my wall. Kept the heads off the wood of sand, put them on my wall. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I want your skulls. I need your skulls. I want your skulls.
That was, Nathan, words, please?
Without a shadow of a doubt, Fear FA 98 is going to be a wild ride when it releases for Switch and PC on May 6th.
And speaking of shadows and a hefty amount of doubt, let's talk about the game Shadows of Doubt, which is about to receive a brand new update. Here are the developers at Cold Powered Games to tell you more.
Killers always leave a trail. All I gotta do is find them before they kill again.
So I'm Cole Jeffries, I'm the lead developer on Shadows of Doubt. Shadows of Doubt is a first-person open-world stealth detective game. Basic concept is you have a city full of citizens who go about their daily lives, and within them somewhere is a serial killer, and it's your job to track them down. Gives you complete player agency to go about being a detective how you see fit. So you could be like a drunk detective, or you could be like a by-the-book detective, you could be a good cop or bad cop. You can pretty much do what you want. You don't even have to solve the case. You can go around stealing things. The main I think attraction for people is that you can live in this sandbox and kind of be in that world. It's almost a bit like role-playing a detective. You can kind of choose your path. So we've got some exciting new updates coming to Shadows of Doubt this year. We've got 3 different content updates, roughly spaced out throughout the year. And the first one is going to bring you the player's ability to smoke. We're adding improved player agency through them being present in CCTV footage. They can set their passcode for their computer, a couple of little Easter egg kind of additions, like a new kind of side hustle. So it's something our writer came up with, and we didn't quite manage to include it before launch, but it's a kind of side job where you can collect shoes from citizens. There'll be one citizen in the city who gives you people's shoes to steal, and you'll have to go and track them down and steal them. It's completely ridiculous, but it's a fun little thing that'll be there for players to discover. But that's the kind of little kind of Easter egg kind of detail we want to add to the game, so that's what we're delivering in this update. We had a junior programmer join the team about a year ago, and I tasked them with putting a new game within the game's computer systems, something we can add to, and he came up with this card game, and he's been working on it, and he's really proud of it, and it's really good. It's a game within a game, essentially. I'm really excited to see how our community finds that. So the first content update drops on April 22nd. Can't talk too much about the other updates this year, but there's a lot like that. Yeah. Shadows of Doubt is out now on PC, on Steam, Epic, GOG, and PlayStation and Xbox.
Exciting stuff there for Shadows of Doubt fans, because that brand new update comes to PC and consoles on the 21st of April.
Now, as a vegan, hold your booze. I enjoy the benefits of a fruit and veg-based lifestyle. However, upcoming game Arcus Champions is making me think about things in a slightly different manner, because here, fruit is deadly weaponry.
Banana, get down!
Now this is the law of the jungle. As old and as true as the sky. The ape that shall keep it may prosper, but the ape that shall break it must die. Wishlist now on Steam and Epic Games.
Now, Infinity Nikki took the world by storm recently thanks to its amazing fusion of being a cosy open-world adventure game with a focus on fashion.
Oh yes, but it's carnival season and Infinity Nikki's 1.4 update promising strange and hilarious happenings. So, it might just be time for you to jump back in and to whet your appetite. Here's a trailer.
Infinity Nikki is available on PS5, iOS, Android. It's on the Epic Game Store and it's coming to Steam as well.
Jules, if you were a pirate, who would you make walk the plank first? You. Oh, no way. I'd make me walk the plank first too.
Oh, there we go. And if you like the sound of naval battling and swashbuckling, then maybe this next game is for you, as this is Trident's Tale. And here is a brand new gameplay trailer, you salty sea dogs. That was Trident's Tale, and the best part about this game is that there's a demo available right now. Mini, you can play it right now. You don't even need a treasure map to find it.
Lucky you. But now, Sono Kuni is a new top-down 2D action game in which one hit means death. And let me tell you folks, it's so addictive, it should come with a health warning.
Indeed, it should. So we decided to put things to the test, and the FGS team got together to challenge each other to find out who was the fastest in the game's dedicated speedrun mode.
I didn't play because everyone knew I'd be the best, so there was no point.
That is not true in the slightest. He cried at his desk and told us not to use the footage.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, isn't it?
Don't get involved, okay?
Yeah. Take a look.
Sono Kuni speedrun. I'm going to destroy the competition.
I can do a 152. I just can't do it consistently.
I know I'm going to lose. I'm just going to accept that.
Breathe. Zen.
Let's go. I'm probably going to be completely silent doing this because I need to focus.
Come on, let's go. There we go. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, all at the same time.
Oh, I've missed 2 guys there. That's a problem. Just going to slow it down a little bit, maybe.
Let the spirit of the warrior go through you, man. We got this. We got this.
All right, this could be solid. Just don't fuck it up.
Oosh. 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 It's all about just clipping them at that pixel perfect moment, isn't it?
And hit me, but not really. Haha.
Oh boy.
Right, can I get this guy to come over the right? Oh, what happened there? I've absolutely... No, this has gone so wrong. I'm going to be so far behind now.
Found the bottom of the car. Some people go around the car. That would be a mistake.
No. Okay, come on. We can still get some time back here.
Come on, man. Let's go. Maybe we can pull back a few seconds here and there.
Right, get rid of the pineapple man. I know I'm not the only one who calls him the pineapple man. I think Jules does too.
That one there always feels like you have to go out of your way to get him. I hate it.
Through the easy room.
I'm not on top form.
Slower than my average. I'm a lot slower than my average.
Now the room that wins or loses the challenge. Nice. This is not going to be a bad run.
I don't know why I keep doing that. I've screwed myself.
I know JJ's going to have gone really fast though. I just know he will.
It's such a good game though. Such a good game. Oh, and I've messed up the ending bit there as well. Oh, fine. I'll take 159. Look, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Nice. I love this. 153.84. Now I've done a 152, but I will take that all day. Thank you very much. I'll get the crown on the way out.
That was Sono Kuni. It's brilliant, and there's a demo available right now for you to try.
Now here's the thing. We all love good management games, right?
Oh, yes.
And if there's one place that needs a lot of management,
It's hell.
It's hell, exactly.
Yeah. The Deadly Path is a management roguelike strategy simulator in which you're in charge of the underworld and the gods of the Dread Pantheon are your bosses.
Oh, I bet you they're still easy to deal with than our bosses.
Oh, I bet you are our bosses are nightmares.
Wait.
Sorry, boss.
Yeah, love you too.
Love you, boss.
Bye.
Please don't fire me.
Greetings, penitent. Seek ye glory through the gauntlet of dread. Challenge awaits upon the deadly path. Yes. That looked nasty. This gruesome gauntlet is no turn-based chin-scratcher. In these dread halls, you'll quickly and definitively find an answer to one of life's great questions. Am I actually good at strategy games? Chaos, carnage, careful quarrying. Walk the deadly path. Wish list now!
And if you want to have a chance at managing hell, then you can try the Deadly Path when it drops for PCs on the 25th of March, and you can wishlist the game right now.
Now, Among Us became a viral sensation in 2020, introducing the world to such terms as sus, imposter, and I swear to God, Jules, if I find out that you're lying to me, I will find you.
Yeah. And good news for you, my friend, because Among Us is coming to the world of 3 dimensions. It's Among Us 3D.
That was Among Us 3D, which launches this spring on Steam, PlayStation VR 2, Quest and Pico. Not just that, but it's got a brand new tag mode where, when you're caught, you join the infected to get the rest of the crewmates.
Oh, that sounds so good. Now, South of Midnight has been on everyone's radar recently just because of how beautiful that handcrafted art style is.
Oh yes, the more we've seen of it, the more we've been desperate to get our grubby little fingers on it.
Well, luckily for us, we actually got a chance to speak to the devs at Compulsion Games who told us more about their dark, fantastical tale and their take on the Deep South.
Is that Hazel? The trailer got swept downstream with Mama in it, and it ain't just about Mama. I'm seeing these things.
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games.
Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games.
Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South.
Hazel is our main character. She's kind of in this weird liminal space between, like, you know, you're a kid and you're becoming an adult. And she's not a superhero. She's a pretty normal kid, and she just is ultimately trying to find her mom. That's her main goal in the game.
Well, it's like this, see? Our world is made of strands all wove together. Now, when something terrible or unnatural happens to a creature, the strands get all knotted.
We thought it was good to not have like a chosen one. We like the idea that anyone could be a weaver. It's something that like the land will choose for you when you're in like maybe a time of deep need. And so Hazel, as she's running after her mom's trailer in the hurricane, the land chooses her, and it's just kind of at random. She just kind of blinks and you can see the strands like in the sky and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And weavers are able to see kind of the fabric of the universe. We call it the Grand Tapestry. And they're able to manipulate those strands to do various types of spells. And their kind of mission is they heal like stigma in the land, like where bad things have happened that tends to spawn haints. And weavers are able to dispel those haints. They're able to see into your traumas, but they don't like fix your traumas for you. Only you can do that. But they listen to your story, they see your story, they get to see those memories. And I think sometimes that's just what you need, is someone to be like, oh, I'm sorry this happened to you. And I think Hazel's journey is also her growing in empathy and understanding of the different things people go through.
Weaving and textiles is super prominent in the Deep South, and we liked that it's sort of a feminine craft. So the idea that her magic power is sort of taking back this traditional feminine craft and making it this beautiful, powerful magic, that was pretty important to us. And so she uses weaving tools like the spindle, the distaff, the hooks. She manipulates what we call the strands, and they're these fibers that make up the universe, and they are inspired by lace. And it was really important that they had this sort of tactile feel that also like complements the tactile stop motion direction of the art style.
Yeah, so South of Midnight launches on the Xbox Series X and S, PC, Cloud, Steam, and it's also going to be day one on Game Pass on April 8th. And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wishlist, really get the word out there.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show.
And you do not have to wait that long, my friends, because South of Midnight is set to drop for Xbox Series X and S on the 8th of April.
But coming up next, we've got a game that's very special. It's the first of its kind, an open-world mascot management crime drama.
I cannot wait. I've been waiting years for an exact genre like this.
I know, haven't we all? We've got a brand new trailer for you featuring some new characters that have been designed and painted by some very special guest collaborators.
Painted?
Oh, yes.
さあ、街をきれいにしてやろうかね。
Promise Mascot Agency.
The investigator is here.
Promise Mascot Agency will be out on April the 10th for Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. It's on the Epic Games Store and it's on the Steam Store as well.
And also Steam Deck compatible.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Oh, yes. But now, I tell you something about me. I think I'd make a great king.
No way, I thought the exact same thing about you.
Oh, yeah? Like I'd go just the right amount of power, man.
Like just 1 or 2 beheadings a week, no more, no less.
Yeah, not too much, not too much.
And if you want to find out what type of tyrant that you be, then check out City Tales Medieval Era. And I tell you what, it's a brand new trailer for you to chew on.
With 0 real-life dysentery.
Yes, actually, that is a guarantee that you can take to the bank. There is 0 real-life dysentery here. Here.
Wishlist City Tales Medieval Era now to be the first to know when you can take charge of your medieval kingdom.
Now, fresh from its initial reveal last year, Imperial looks to balance fast-paced combat with deep RPG mechanics, and Joseph from Silent Games rose from the depths recently to tell us more about this upcoming title.
Hello, I'm Joseph, co-founder at Silent Games and creative director on our first title, Imperial. Imperial is a third-person action RPG about transcendental revelation. The name kind of does hint towards some supernatural elements. So the story is a very important part of the game, it's hopefully with thought-provoking themes. I would also emphasize that it is a true RPG. It's full of mechanics and features, plenty of opportunity for theory crafting, players creating their builds. There's an extensive endgame, so we've tried to deliver a complete package. In our game, the combat does revolve around a choice of weapon, but because it's not class-based, you can change that at any time. So you'll get equipment in the game, we have loot drops, that includes 8 equipment slots, and one of those slots is your weapon. And the weapon is probably the most important because it will change your core moves, but yeah, you can switch at any time. So the glaive is the weapon which offers the most mobility. It has the longest basic attack combo, so your basic attack will be 5 hits. It has a teleport attack built into its kit, so you can jump in the air and then teleport to nearest enemies. It's very reliant on deflecting and enemies' attacks, so you have to be pretty good with timing, but we do have stats in the game that improve that. So if you're not good at perfect parrying in Sekiro or a game like that, a lot of the abilities are either greatly empowered or even directly rely on you deflecting an enemy attack and then following it up. And in addition to the core moveset that you get when you equip a weapon, you can equip abilities in the game. So the combat kind of revolves around these two things, the weapon and the abilities. One of the weapons is the cannon. That has 3 different ammunition types, which you can switch between depending on your situation. That ammo system didn't exist for a very long time. Its basic attack used to just be a basic shot, and it just wasn't engaging enough, especially when you compared it to the glaive, where you're doing this 5-hit combo and jump attacks and teleport attacks. I think when people first pick up the game, cannon is often the one that does seem a little out of place. It is the most technical of the weapons, and it's just as powerful as the other 2 as well. It's actually my personal favorite weapon. I always tend to play it when I'm doing a new playthrough, and then have to remind myself that I should be testing to Mason Shield and Glaive a bit more as well. What's unique about the Mason Shield is the only weapon that has immediate access in its core moveset to a mechanic in the game that is called Barrier. So Barrier is a mechanic that will give you a barrier, which is over the top of your health bar, and the barrier has to be destroyed before it will deal damage to you. And this is particularly useful because if you take 1,000,000 damage and you've got 1 hit point left on your barrier, it will absorb the whole thing because that's what's needed to destroy the barrier. So with the Mason Shield, you can really prepare for even the biggest incoming attacks if you're able to parry something and carry that barrier around. The skill ceiling could mean that you spend a long time on a single weapon and learn it inside out, but as you play through the game the first time, there's going to be lots of things which push you towards trying out all 3 weapons. But I definitely think that eventually you could land on a favorite and just focus on that once you'd unlock pretty much everything. Imperial is coming to PlayStation, Xbox and PC. It is coming in 2025, so please look out for more information. But if you want to play now, then the demo is already available, and we even give you some endgame sets to play around with in the demo.
Imperial is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S later this year. Now let's talk about VR, which has been a blessing for the horror industry, but also a bit of a curse for the my underwear industry. And this year, one of the OG indie horror franchises is making the jump to virtual reality. This is Slender the Arrival VR.
Slender the Arrival is set to launch this spring and come into PlayStation VR 2, Quest and Steam, so get ready to rip that headset off in terror.
Now, let's talk nuclear disasters and how one of these has affected the north of England, turning it into an irradiated wasteland which some may actually call an improvement. And I can say that because I live there.
Set in an alternate timeline, Atomfall's unique take on the open world RPG is so good you won't even be thinking about that other franchise that starts with an F.
Oh, you mean Fallout?
I said not to say it!
Oh.
We had a chat with Rebellion all about it, so you go have a look at that while I have a word with him. Sir, you have got to start using these, mister, yeah?
Hello, my name is Richard May. I'm the lead programmer on Atomfall. We're calling it an action survival game, so it's not an out-and-out RPG, but it has RPG-like elements, there's survival elements, and there's shooter elements. So it's going to appeal, hopefully, to a fairly broad audience, experiencing the apocalyptic events after the real-world wind-scale fire of 1957, but with a kind of alternate history twist. So we've taken a uniquely British twist on the apocalypse. So we've got people living under essentially a kind of quarantine protocol. So it's all for their best interest, but it is somewhat oppressive, shall we say. We leave you to your own devices. You're not told to go in a particular direction. We give you a set of leads which you might want to follow, but ultimately it's down to you as to what you do, who you interact with in the zone, who you become friends with, and ultimately who you kill. You can kill anyone in the game if you want to. I'm not saying you should, but you can if you want to. You see quite often games where you have an unkillable quest giver or something like that, and we were desperate to avoid that where we could. So yeah, it's been a challenge. I think we found a good balance that allows you to have that freedom and still experience an interesting story. So we hope that will give people a sense of freedom that they wouldn't normally experience. Depending on the direction you go at the beginning, you should have different experience. There are different factions within the game that you can cozy up to. I wouldn't say become friends with exactly, because none of them are particularly friendly. But yes, you can make friends or enemies as you like in the game. And so hopefully people will experience something different every time they play. It's inspired by classic British sci-fi and a lot of other exciting things. from that kind of time period. So we've got giant robots stomping around the place. We've also got folk horror elements, which you might see something that looks a bit like the Wicker Man in the background. And there's loads of little Easter eggs and tidbits that we've sort of taken from British sci-fi and media over the years. So there's loads to discover, and I hope people enjoy finding them. I have to say the cricket bat is still my favourite weapon in the game. I hope people have a lot of fun with that. And there's some little achievements you might earn if you use it as well, so look out for those. It does also have a certain amount of the Rebellion DNA in it. The Atomfall world is almost like a giant Sniper Elite level, where we're taking this sort of sandbox gameplay of the Sniper Elite series and expanded upon that to give you the freedom of the world. Yeah, Atomfall's coming out on the 27th of March on all platforms, including Game Pass. I hope you have a good time playing it. Bye.
Atomfall is set to fall into our hands next week on March 27th, and it's coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series S and X, Xbox One, and PC.
Indeed, indeed. Now, if you're looking for a title in which you can hunt, shoot, survive, and build within the frozen confines of a deadly Earth, then you might like our next title, Permafrost. I personally am kind of enjoying the sun, though, to be honest.
It does sound like life in Scotland.
Yeah, it does, actually. Coming later this year to PC, make sure you wishlist Permafrost, because it could potentially be the hottest game of the year, and yes, I'm very proud of that pun. Now, our next game is a top-down, open-world, post-apocalyptic action game in which you have to loot, fight, and survive as you build a settlement to shelter you from the horrors of the end days. This is Survive the Fall.
Survive the Fall is out for PC later this year, and let's be honest, probably good research for the next few years of life on Earth.
Yeah, but I don't know about you, mate, but I absolutely love walking. In fact, without the ability to walk, we probably wouldn't be able to do these links right now.
Oh, yes, and the minds behind indie hits Ape Out and Getting Over It have had an interesting idea for a new game.
And that idea was, what if you were so absolutely lazy that you forgot how to put one foot in front of the other?
Oh yes, we had a special chat with the minds behind this very literal walking simulator.
This is Baby Steps.
Baby Steps is a game about being a 35-year-old who lives in his parents' basement, who finds himself mysteriously transported to a mystical realm where he has to hike up a mountain in his bare feet.
It's a physics game where you control your feet directly. You have to manually take every step. There's no fast travel. Life is hard.
There's an arc to playing the game. You maybe for a moment you're challenged and you're sweating and you're leaning forward, and then you're leaning back and you're relaxed, and then maybe there's something kind of funny at the end of that as well, and there's kind of like a ebb and flow to the experience.
Oh, can you not?
It's just I didn't.
Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't.
No, I was just trying to catch it. With my, sorry,
with your foot, yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to...
You just kicked, you thought, I'll give it a good kick to counteract the fall.
Yeah, I was just trying to steady it.
I don't think it's a difficult game, I think, is the first thing to say. You can make it...
You're just bad. What are you trying to say?
No. You can make it difficult. So we're taking a very different approach to my game Getting Over It, which has one path, and if you mess up, you're back to the beginning. This is not like that at all. really kind of achievable set of paths that are very sort of safe and more or less easy. And we're constantly tempting you off that and inviting you to try something that's a bit more difficult, but on your own terms. And if something that's optional seems like it's too hard, you just don't have to do it.
Also, just because it's an open world game, a lot of the time when you fall off something, you're falling into a part of the world you haven't been to before. We try to design the world so that when you're losing progress, you're not just back where you started. You don't have to do the same thing again. It's putting you on some other path.
Okay, tree. And
up! We've done a lot of work from an aesthetic standpoint to make it so that falling is enjoyable, so that there's rich aesthetic experiences you're having as you're sliding down a mudslide, as you're losing progress. There's cool stuff that's happening, and there's a lot of richness in what failing feels like in the context of playing this game, and it's enjoyable. The purpose of games is not just to blindly succeed.
Yeah.
And part of what we're trying to do with this game is to make the process of not succeeding enjoyable.
Hopefully funny as well, yeah.
What the hell?
They said when Getting Over It came out, I said it would take, what did I say, an hour if you were really fast?
Yeah, something like that.
And it's actually a minute is the answer. Yeah. So I should take whatever I think and just divide it by 60.
What's your time? What's your guess?
For a speed run?
Okay, wait, what are the parameters of the bet? Is this the speed run after 6 months?
After 6 months, I think they'll be doing it in 20 minutes.
That's too short.
That will have some crazy glitches and skips. Skipless, like glitchless run, I want to say 2 hours.
I'm going to say 1 hour.
Baby Steps is coming to PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. Give us a wish list.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah, that's a wrap on FGS live from GDC for 2025.
I've been Jules.
I've been Nathan.
But I tell you what, we shouldn't go without leaving them one last present, right? We can do one last thing, right?
One more thing?
One more thing.
One more thing before we go.
One more thing before
One last thing before we hit the road.
Yeah, because I've got a psychological horror game, right?
Ooh.
That is set inside a manor.
Oh, Jules, I feel like I've seen it before.
No, because what if I told you this manor was completely underwater?
Oh, now we're talking!
This is Dark Mass, a psychological horror game that is set to come for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's going to drop in fall 2026.
Oh, you enjoy that, because we've got to get going now. We've got to walk across that.
What?
Yeah, they're not even paying for the taxi.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Look, I had this fight with them, but look, we better get going before it gets dark. Hurry up, it's going to take a while.
This place has been buried for centuries. Today is our chance to discover what no one else has seen.
Reed, do you copy?
Loud and clear, Alice.
The earthquake has turned everything upside down. You won't believe what I'm seeing. Hey, drop me a crowbar. I'm gonna try to get in. I'm hooking up the camera now. Let me know if you're getting the feed.
Behind you! There's something behind you!
I've never seen anything like this before. What was that? I think I'm not alone down here. I think we've unleashed the curse.